Good morning, guys. As you could tell, it is the next day already. We just had some breakfast at Daisy Dukes, I think it was called. Yeah, I liked it more than the place that we went to yesterday morning. Bigger portions, the food tasted better, it was fresher. It took a little bit longer to be ready, but it was definitely worth it.
It was delicious. It was amazing. Definitely recommended.
Yeah, today the weather is a lot better. The sun's out. So we're gonna go around and explore the city a little bit more. It started raining towards the end of the day yesterday, so we couldn't really do much, and it was like a downpour, so even when we had umbrellas, it wasn't worth walking around. Today we're gonna go to the Louis Armstrong Park. We're gonna walk down Canal Street, which is what we're doing right now, and we'll see how this day goes. So we were walking down Canal Street, and then we saw this crazy building. Like, it looks like it's under construction. It's actually still right there. I'll show you a better shot of it, but it looks like the crane collapsed, and the crane literally collapsed into the building. So the side of the building was still under construction, and they finished, I guess, the bottom half, but not the second half, and it fell, and it looked crazy. I wonder how recently that happened. I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. It's scary though. I wonder if it was like some heavy wind, or if it was just a construction accident, or what caused that. It was crazy, right?
Yeah, that's I can explain myself how that happened.
Yeah, at first we thought just it was something, like we were confused that maybe they were tearing the building down, and eventually we realized we saw literally the crane is halfway through that building. It's insane. So we made it to the park, but unfortunately, in our luck, the weather has definitely turned for the worst. It definitely looks like it's about to pour. It's super windy, as you could hear. There's like lightning and thunder.
Really bad.
I guess we're just not lucky with the weather again. Second day, but hopefully it clears up. It was literally blue earlier, and then this cloud came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But we're gonna put everything away. We got our umbrellas, which we purchased yesterday, and hopefully we'll kind of try to stay dry. I don't know how successful that's gonna be. Definitely not the best day to walk around in the park. There seems to be some cool things around here. The Louis Armstrong statue's right there. We'll see how much we can enjoy before it really starts coming down. So due to the weather, we were kind of standing around in the park under some covering, and it wasn't stopping. So we're like, what's the best thing we could do during this weather? Well, we're like, let's go to the museum. We already did the World War II museum. The New Orleans Art Museum, unfortunately, is closed. It actually opens tomorrow for the first time. So we found this other one that was recommended. It's called the Ogden Art Museum, I believe, which focuses on like Southern artists and Southern photographers from the southern United States. Pretty interesting exhibit overall. It was like $11 to get in per person, $20. Hopefully wait out the weather and then go back to the city, but has some interesting pieces. It's a couple floors, 3 to 4 stories. So we're just gonna spend maybe an hour to 2 hours here walking around, killing some time, and hopefully by lunchtime the weather will get better. So that's pretty much it for the museum. We didn't spend too much time here, maybe an hour, maybe a little bit less. It is 5 stories, but it's more like 3 stories. It has a very modern take on it, so a lot of it is like very modern. There's also a lot of kindergarten art, which was weird. It was like kindergarten self-portraits and just kindergartners regular portraits. I personally don't enjoy modern art. I prefer older kind of style, either landscapes or just older portraits, that kind of stuff, which I think I'm going to enjoy more tomorrow, because our goal is to go to the New Orleans Museum of Art tomorrow. It opens tomorrow for the first time, actually, but the issue is that our flight is at like 1:25, and then the museum opens at 11 a.m. So we're going to have an hour, more or less, to spend in the museum. hopefully we're able to do that, but we'll see tomorrow, which you guys should be able to see in a couple minutes. Right now the rain is still going out there. It's probably not as strong as it was earlier, but it's still kind of gloomy. Let me show you. It's still very dark out there, but not the downpour that it was while we were in the park. So we're probably gonna go towards Riverwalk. There was like this dessert thing that I wanted to check out. Also don't remember the name now, but there was also the Spanish Plaza, and just kind of walk in that direction. Hopefully we don't get too wet and it's not raining too badly, so we can enjoy at least some of the outside of the city, and then maybe we'll make it back to the French Quarter and walk around there some more like we did yesterday. So we just stopped at this place. It's called Café du Monde right here. It's the place that I was telling you about, the one in the museum. It's pretty good. So it has these things right here that Ali's currently murdering. But they're like deep fried dough covered in sugar. It's absolutely delicious, and they made them hot for us. They made them fresh, and they taste really, really good. It's super unhealthy, probably, because it's literally just fried dough with a ton of powdered sugar on top, but it tastes really, really good, and it's a worthwhile snack. It's located in the Riverwalk outlets. It's like on the ground floor, and then they have this little restaurant kind of bakery set up. It's pretty good overall. It's not expensive. It was like $3 for 3 of them. Good experience. So thankfully the weather has cleared up a little bit. The rain went away. It's still kind of cloudy, but it's not raining finally, and like the first time in 2 days, and we made it to Jackson Square, and it looks really nice. Jackson Square, and you'll see Andrew Jackson up there, which is pretty cool. And then you have the main cathedral right behind it. I was able to get some really, really gorgeous pictures and videos over here. The park itself is incredible. There's like these not cherry blossom trees, but they're a cherry color, and you'll see them. There'll be other videos of it. I've recorded a lot of these trees and of this plaza, and so far this has probably been my favorite spot in New Orleans. Just the area itself, there's music around, the history, the statues, and just the buildings and everything about it is super, super nice. The trees and everything else looks incredible. If you're around here and you definitely come to New Orleans, make sure you stop in the plaza and walk around. Just spend maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes over here. It's definitely worth it. And this one over here is like, I guess her shoes are slippery, so she's sliding left and right. And she saw these trees that I was talking about, and she absolutely loves flowers. Can you like stay focused for 10 seconds? She saw these
so
trees.
Many flowers. I love flowers. There's so many white flowers over here. There are so many. I love pink too. There are so many pink flowers, trees.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
All the way around.
Park, and they're blossoming right now, and it looks absolutely incredible.
Super cute.
With the music and trees. It's really, really nice. And now we're gonna go get something to eat. We haven't had lunch. We kind of had a later breakfast. We had some dessert, some snacks in between. So we're gonna go get our lunch / dinner. We're going to, I think it's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Asme Oyster House. and I'm finally gonna get some po' boy. I've been wanting to get one. They look absolutely delicious, especially the roast beef ones. I love kind of roast beef sandwiches. I always love the Philly cheesesteak, and I also really like oysters, and I heard there's really good charboiled oysters in New Orleans. I personally like raw ones. I haven't had them anyway. I've had them fried, but I would prefer them raw. So we'll see how I feel about these. And this restaurant's supposed to be really good. I found it while looking for a couple different spots, and people have really nice good things to say about it. It's a little bit of a walk from here, but it is in the direction from our hotel, and we get to walk through the French Quarter again, which Ali absolutely loves. So we'll see you guys there. Guess where we came back to? We said we're gonna go eat, but we were walking on the street and we saw this sign, Armstrong. It's the park that we were at earlier today, and we made it back here and the park's closing. It's literally 7 o'clock. We didn't realize. We walked all the way here. How do you feel, babe?
I feel sad. I was so excited that finally, for second time in the day, I was gonna get to look at the park.
Yeah, the park was super cute earlier today while we were looking at it while it was pouring. So we're like, let's come back here. Whatever, we're not gonna come back here. We could starve a little bit longer. We're not gonna miss out. We'll make it to the food eventually. And we walk over here and it's closed. It's not meant to be. It's okay though. We'll go get some food now, hopefully. The food place won't be closed, and you know, maybe next time we come to New Orleans. So we just finished having our dinner at Acme, I think it's called, the place.
Acme.
Yeah, it was really good actually. The meal, the po' boy was delicious. The roast beef model was really good. I think you liked yours too, right?
Yeah, it was with seafood, shrimps, and what else was it?
Shrimp and oyster.
An oyster, yeah. It was really good. And the oysters that we had, they were amazing.
Yeah, we had the char-broiled oysters as well, and it was absolutely incredible. Super delicious. I really enjoyed it overall. I would recommend that place to anybody who's in town. The Bloody Marys are really spicy.
Very spicy.
Yeah, we are not the biggest fans of spicy food, personally. We kind of asked them not to make it spicy either. It still ended up being spicy, but the waitress was super nice. She took it off our bill at the end.
Yeah.
Just a great experience overall. The restaurant looked pretty cool on the inside, and the food was really delicious. I'd recommend it. Lunch, dinner, anything like that. Stop by and enjoy. And I think that's going to be it for tonight. Tomorrow we're going to wake up early to be able to go to the museum. Hopefully, let's not get run over. Hopefully we'll be able to make it there. Hopefully we'll be able to enjoy it in the hour that we have. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Good morning, guys, and welcome to day 3 of our New Orleans trip. We woke up this morning, had breakfast at IHOP. Unfortunately, we tried 2 of the other restaurants, but they were closed. So we had to do with IHOP. The IHOP itself was actually pretty good. Cute decor inside. It looked really nice. Kind of New Orleans themed, French Quarter themed. We had some pancakes, an omelet. It was very delicious overall. Now we have made it to our final destination, the New Orleans Museum of Art. Our flight leaves at about 1 o'clock today, 1:15, and the museum opens at 11. So we have about an hour to play with. We got here a little bit earlier, and we're currently walking through the gardens. The gardens themselves are decently sized. There's a lot of different things, a lot to look around, different sculptures. The only thing is we have all our stuff with us, so we packed everything in backpacks because we were only coming for 3 days, 2 nights. So it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but we definitely wanted to come to this museum, and today was the first day that it opened after the virus, so we're gonna have to make do. So far it looks really beautiful. The gardens themselves, even though it's hot outside, there's a lot of tree cover and just a lot of foliage around, which makes it very enjoyable and bearable. Yeah. So to get to the actual museum, we took a Uber, or a Lyft technically, from the French Quarter. It was only about $10. The other options were bicycles. You could rent bicycles from there, and there's like the city bicycles all around, so you could take it all the way down. And the streets were pretty beautiful. There was a lot of kind of historic houses lined around the way, and just a lot of beautiful kind of things to look around. But we were in a crunch for time, so I think an Uber was definitely the best option for us. And it was pretty cheap overall, and the airport's actually on the way from the French Quarters, or not the airport, but the museum is on the way to the airport, so it's going to be a 20-minute ride. We're really in a tough kind of time crunch, So we have an hour to play with the museum. Hopefully it's going to be enough. Hopefully we're going to have enough time to see as much as we can. I know we'll probably be able to do more. I really wanted to come to the museum, but we got to work with what we have. And so far, it's definitely pretty impressive. The gardens are gorgeous. It looks really nice. A lot of different sculptures. This dog thing right behind us. It's like a mosquito thing right there. Pretty cool overall. Definitely enjoyable. Definitely come here before you go to the museum. Try to come here a little bit earlier or otherwise in the evening, because it is hot, especially if you're here in the summer. Maybe in the fall or in the winter, it's a little bit of a different experience. The New Orleans Art Museum. Really, overall, it's pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. It's a decently sized museum, 3 stories tall. So we were able to do it in about an hour, but we definitely rushed through it. If you want to enjoy it with the gardens, I definitely recommend maybe 3 hours more or less here. The museum is a really good mix of like Renaissance art, European art, French, Italian. Then you have a lot of contemporary, a little bit of modern. You have Andy Warhol, and then on the 3rd floor, just where we're at right now, you'll have a lot of this kind of South American, older, like Native American art, which is pretty cool. Different take, smaller exhibit, but still different and pretty cool. Overall, definitely recommend it. There's actually a park as well outside of the museum that you could walk around in. We didn't have time for that. They have like little boat rentals that you could do, the ones that you like paddle with your feet. So I think it costs like $12 to come here per person. So for like $30, you should be able to experience everything. And it's not far from the French Quarter. So if you have time, or even if you don't have time, I definitely recommend to squeeze the museum in. So guys, that was it for our trip to New Orleans. We had a ton of fun and great trip overall. Really enjoyable. We would recommend personally to take about 4 days here. So we did our trip in 3, but I think 4 would be a lot more appropriate because we did rush a couple of things. The weather didn't help either, but we didn't do like any cemetery tours, which is something we wanted to do. A lot of places were still closed due to the virus, so it's also kind of the aspect there. But another thing that I definitely would have wanted to do is the cemetery tour and like maybe a riverboat down the Mississippi River. I think would have been really enjoyable, but it is what it is. My favorite parts, I definitely enjoyed the French Quarter. I know you loved it. I know that's what you were looking forward to the most. The park in the center of town, I think it was Andrew's Park, where Andrew Jackson, the statue, is in front of the church. It was absolutely incredible. There were some trees that were blossoming, and just the weather opened up for us that day. And on the final day, it's super blue today too, but it is what it is. I really loved the New Orleans Museum of Art. I knew I would be looking forward to it, but it was definitely incredible. It was probably either my first or my second favorite museum. The gardens were nice, and the actual museum was nice, but I truly enjoyed the World War II museum. I wasn't really like expecting it to be as amazing, but just the way that it was done and how it was prepared and how everything looked and set up was truly incredible. What did you think of the museum?
And it's huge. There's like 4 different buildings. That the 4 buildings is the one that composed the museum. It's huge.
There's a theater, like a 4D theater that we didn't get to do because we were also kind of tight on time, but I think that would be a pretty cool experience. Like, it's 4D World War II, but just incredible how it was set up, easy to understand, easy to kind of pay attention to.
And when it comes to the French Quarter, it's so cool for people there's a lot of people that just want to come here just for the architecture part. It's really beautiful, all of those balconies with trees, flowers around.
It's definitely her favorite part. I'm telling you, she would stop at every corner, at every house to take a picture, and it was beautiful. It was really nice though. Yeah,
it's really nice, and the people here, it's super nice, super friendly.
Even the homeless people, like there were like a couple of like crackheads around, but they were like really friendly, especially when they would see the camera too. A lot of them asked us to kind of record them, but I know they were saying some crazy stuff, so kind of left that out. But
yeah, so people around, it's super friendly, and there's a lot of art everywhere in every single part of the
city's
streets.
like one big piece of art pretty much.
In every single part of the streets there is a sculpture, there is people playing music. Well, this is where jazz was born, but there is people singing around, really good voices around with music, their microphones, they're just playing their like own instruments. It's amazing. It's like if you're walking around in something, in a huge event. And even though there is a lot of places that are closed, and there is not as much people as it would be on a normal.
Not as much nightlife either. It's kind of quieter at night.
Still, there is a lot of people
out in the streets, for sure. Definitely. And I think the nightlife part was something that I would want to come back to and kind of experience once the virus is completely gone. I'm sure Mardi Gras or even like Halloween here is absolutely surreal and a completely different experience, with the streets being closed off and just everybody partying and music and beats, and that's definitely one of my things to do on the bucket list. We just had a really, really good opportunity to come here, and it was cheap, and we did it, and we really enjoyed it. But I would definitely want to come back here a second time, hit up the cemeteries, probably doing either Halloween or Mardi Gras, and dress up in like the masks. She actually bought a mask, like a purple and green one. It was really nice.
There is so many everywhere
options,
stores of costumes of the Mardi Gras, of a lot of masks, a lot of like colors with a lot of stuff, and just costumes overall. They're beautiful. They're some crazy. There's a lot when it comes to costumes. What you're gonna find here, it's pretty much their theme.
Masquerade,
here.
I think it's called the Masquerade theme. Yeah.
But when it comes to the
face masks.
Yeah,
when it comes I'm sure they have a proper name, but
when it comes to the face mask, there's so many options. There's just on the eyes, there's just like a face,
and they're all different colors, like literally every color of the rainbow.
Yeah, you can find anything. There are so many options. You don't have to worry to bring something from your own. You have it here. Just come here prepared to look around, and you find it. It's really good.
And that's really it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, go ahead and drop a like, and if you want to check out our channel, we do have lots of different trips that we did in Florida. We plan on doing a trip to Puerto Rico soon and around the world, and go ahead and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.